Let me guess. The reason you watched this video is because you are currently dreading, avoiding, and hiding from this little guy. Okay, well, maybe it's this side of your phone, but the camera. Maybe you just think, my videos suck. They're so bad. Oh. Maybe you go live once and then you have to go into hibernation for 3 months to recover from the pain of going live that one time. Is this resonating? The reason I know is because I have been there. It's so great to meet you, my new friend. My name is Jamie Hain, and I am a Get on Camera coach. What that means is that I help people like you get on camera and become great on camera. Let me tell you a quick story. So the first time I ever went live, ever in my life, as soon as it was over, I slammed the laptop down and I ran and hid in my bed under the covers for 2 hours. And for 2 hours, I laid there. My brain was just what ifing. What if this? What if that? What if all the horrible ideas that were popping into my head about all the bad things that were happening right now because of that video. After 2 hours, I crawl out of the bed and I go into my office and I get the laptop, bracing myself for all this horrible, nothing. None of what I had imagined ever happened. And in that moment, I thought to myself, you just wasted 2 hours of your life that you're never going to get back. You hid for 2 hours. And I vowed right then and there, no more hiding. No more hiding from the camera. And I'm going to help other people stop hiding from the camera. And that's what started my business. That's what brought me into your path and placed me right in front of you. Let's talk about the reasons why you should want to go live or why you should want to do video. There are 3 of them. The very first one is that it allows you to grow faster. Now, some of that is the way that the algorithms work. Every single platform, regardless, every single platform has come out publicly and said, we are promoting video. If you do video, more people are going to see your stuff. You will grow faster. The other thing it allows you to do, number 2, is that you will connect more deeply with your perfect person, your ideal client, your client avatar, whatever it is that you call them, your peeps. You will connect more deeply with them because they are connecting with you through video. They can get a much better sense of who you are and how you work and what it's like to work with you, and maybe even get a glimpse of that awesome personality of yours. And as a result, they then buy more, which allows you to grow faster. So 1 and 2 are sort of connected, if you will. The other thing about connecting more deeply, especially if you do live video, is there is a 2-way dialogue. They get to ask you questions and engage with you and interact with you that you cannot do and cannot accomplish in any other type of post. Okay, so let me recap. Number 1, you're going to grow faster. Number 2, you're going to connect. Wait, before we get there. What happens if I suck? What happens if my videos are so bad that I don't connect more deeply with my people because my videos, I don't come across knowledgeable or professional or like I have any sort of good flow? They don't get a sense of my personality. Well, that's what I'm here for. I'm going to help you with that. And I have a really cool freebie for you. We're going to get into it here in a second, but we're going to talk about how to get you started. How do you get started going live? Okay, so put that aside. Put that thought out of your head just for now, and we'll come back to it. Okay, number 3, it'll save you time. Now, that may not be at first. Anytime you're learning a new skill, anytime you're trying to do something new that you've never done before, sometimes it takes more time, right? I mean, I remember I'm trying to learn to crochet and knit. And I imagine myself sitting on the sofa watching TV and just putting together this remarkable sweater. At this point, I can't even make a pot holder. So I understand that it is slow going at first. But once you get past that, once you get to the point where it's just that unconscious competence, you don't have to think about it. You can just knit while you're watching TV. You'll be the same way with your videos. Once you learn how to put together what are all the parts and pieces of a really great video, your subconscious kicks in and you just go. Let me give you an example. I was working on a graphic, when you lose 2.5 hours in Canva and you don't have anything to show for it. Been there many times. Anyway, and it just wasn't coming together. I had this idea and the graphic, and I'm just like, why is this not coming together? And I stopped myself and I went, because it's the wrong medium. And I picked up my phone and I went live and I talked about that subject matter, and it took me 10 minutes. I had spent hours on a graphic that I didn't even finish versus 10 minutes on a video. It can be a solution, a time-saving solution for sure. And you know what? It also saves your people time, your peeps, your perfect people, your ideal client. More and more viewers on platforms, any platform, they're saying more video, more video, more video, because it's faster. It's easier for them to learn and absorb something new through a video than downloading something and printing out instructions and trying to figure out what it all says. So video is where it's at. Now, let's talk about the big question, the pink elephant in the room. What do I talk about when I'm talking live? What do I say? How do I say it? It's the number one question that I get. So I want to tell you about storytelling. Stories sell. So let's stop for a second and think. Do you like TV? Do you have a favorite show? Maybe a favorite movie? Maybe a genre of movies? Not into TV and movie? Do you read books or magazines or listen to podcasts? My guess is in some way, shape, or form, you are consuming stories, because stories connect us, right? They touch our hearts. They make us think. They give us an escape. They take us somewhere we haven't been. They allow us to imagine a different scenario, a different life, a different whatever. I can't tell you how many times I have escaped a bad day by watching an episode of my favorite TV show. So stories sell. So what you need to do is tell stories. Okay, just press pause on that thought. I'm going to come back to how in a second. So what does this have to do with me figuring out what the heck I'm going to talk about? Are you currently posting on social media somewhere, some way, some shape, some size? Are you posting memes, quotes, graphics, photos, text? Yes, right? If you're in business, you are likely posting on social media. So you can actually comb through all of your past posts, and every single one of them can become a live video. Say, what? What are you talking about, Jamie? Yes. All you got to do is add a story. Just tell me a story. Okay. So I'm going to show you a very quick model that I love to do. It's called How Bubbles. That's what I call it anyway. How Bubbles. You'll see why in a second. So you start with an idea in the center. This may be a past post that you've done. Now, you can do it. The best way to do it is to find posts that did really well, that performed really well. You had a lot of comments, a lot of likes, a lot of engagement. Okay. Find that. And then what you're going to do is How Bubble ideas for stories that you can tell about that subject. Now, if your math skills are what I think they are, you count to 4 different story ideas. It could be 3, it could be 5, it could be 17. Those are all live videos that you can do to tell a story that gets you to that point. That one post inspired, in this case, 4 different videos that you can do. That's 1 a week if you're going live once a week. Now, you probably have hundreds, if not thousands, of posts that you've done. Think about how many stories you can tell around that. You with me? Okay, let's do an example, because that always works the best. I got to change color markers because you got to be able to see easily what it is that I'm talking about. Okay, so let's tackle something that we all might have in common. And let's say it's a meme or a quote. Okay. So everybody posts memes or quotes. And by memes, I'm not necessarily talking about funny ones, although those can work too. I'm talking about the ones that just make you go, oh, yeah. Right. The ones that you respond to and comment on other people's and you're like, 100%, so true. Yes. Those. Okay. There is some sort of intention or message or lesson inside of that quote. That becomes your inspiration here. Okay. So let me just grab, I know this is so random. I'm just going to grab a quote that I have in my desk drawer. And the quote is, when you get to the end of your rope, tie a knot and swing. Okay, I'm abbreviating, but you get what this is, right? So what is the intent behind this quote? Can you see that? There we go. Focus, camera, focus. What's the intent behind that? Right? When life gets hard, play. We're just going to go with that. So when life is hard, play. Let's say that is the inspiration for this quote, and it is the inspiration for our Pow Bubbles. What stories can you tell about that very thing? Well, good rule of thumb, a good tip for you is a time when. What was a time when that happened? Okay. You might be able to come up with an idea here. There was a time when I was really sick and I ended up going for a walk with my dog and I felt better. Okay. Sick, dog, better. Okay. That's not really fun, but maybe instead of the walk, maybe we played with a ball. It can be that easy. Okay. You can also tell client stories. I worked with somebody who was at this point, and here's what happened. Story that you tell. Okay. It can be your story, neighbor story, kid story. It doesn't have to be something that actually happened to you. It can be about someone else in this scenario. Okay. Another way you can look at it is, when else in life does this happen? Well, let's talk about school. Boy, when you're in school, right? Recess. How important is recess at school? Okay, so there's just 3 examples, right? A time when this happened to me, a time when this happened to my client, a time in life in general. On these life in general ones, you just want to make sure it's something that most people can relate to. Most people at some point went to school and had recess, or they have kids or grandkids that went to school and had recess, and so that it applies. Okay, so now you see how this works. Yes? Awesome. Okay. Now let's talk about a model you can use. This gets into the how. How do I do this? What does it sound like when I frame up the story that I'm going to tell about this topic when I go live? Okay. So I'm going to give you a 3-step quick model. You can use this to just grab your phone at any point and easily fill up 5, if not 10 minutes of time. You ready for it? Okay. It is hook, story, call to action. Hook, story, call to action. Hook is grabbing your viewer's attention and telling them, I want you to listen to me. Stop what you're doing. Stop your scroll. You're on your phone, scrolling, blah, 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 blah. Stop, because I got something interesting. Hook them in like a fish, hook. Okay. Then you tell your story. The best stories have a lesson or a moral. The moral of the story is, okay, hook, story with a moral or a lesson. It's perfect if that can tie into your business. It's part of what you do. And then your call to action is, so what? As a result of me telling you this story, what is the so what? And what is the action I want you to take a step on this journey with me? Hook, story, call to action. Now, if you want to learn more about hook, story, and call to action, now we're getting into that freebie that I mentioned. I told you I had an awesome freebie for you. I have got a 4-part, because one of them is a bonus, a 4-part video series that you can come for free. Click the link wherever it is, and it's 4 videos. They're all under 10 minutes. I say that, but one might be 12 now that I say that out loud. And we're going to take this apart, and I'm going to tell you how to do a hook. And I'm going to tell you how to tell stories. I'm going to tell you how to do a call to action. And then the bonus one is, how do you connect with your viewers? And in this one, we are talking about eye contact. How do you make a connection? How do you make your viewers feel like you are only talking to them. So I hope that you're like, where is the button? Where's the button? I want to click on the button, because it is a huge resource and I really hope that you'll take advantage of it. Now, what else would I like to share? We started this video talking about hiding. I hid from the camera. I hid under my sheets, under all of the bed covers for 2 hours. Remember? You may be dreading it, avoiding it. Maybe you're hiding from it. Maybe you're not doing it. Maybe you're just not doing it well. All of those things, it's all what I like to call video presentation skills. And that is what I do. That's what I'm all about, is I'm going to teach you how to put together great videos. And in doing so, you are going to become more confident, more consistent, because if you actually like doing videos, you're actually going to do them more. If you actually get results from the videos where people are engaging with you and connecting with you, then you'll do it more. You'll show up more. And more than anything, I want you to be compelling. So when you are compelling on camera, people will take that step with you. They'll do whatever action you're asking them to take. And that's how you convert. That's how you get more clients. That's how you get more people into your Facebook group. That's how you get whatever it is that you are trying to promote for your business. That's how you get them to take that step with you. So come on this journey with me. I promise you are going to have fun. I promise you are going to learn something, even if all you do is go through this 3-part series with me. It's a blast. You're going to love it. Trust me on this. All right, everybody. It was great to meet you, and I can't wait to get to know you better.